Hello YouTube, it's Mirek here, and this is part 5 of the community card reveals. Let's get right to it. First off, we got a mage legendary for 2 mana. Also has 2 attack and 2 health. Archmage Arugal. Whenever you draw a minion, add a copy of it to your hand. So the 2/2 stats really remind me of Prince Kalaseth, which was also a 2 mana 2/2 and also had a really high power level. Can Arugal reach the same standards as Kalaseth? We'll see, but the text of Arugal remind me of Carmagus, which was definitely much stronger than a 2/2, but did the same thing. Same idea, basically. Whenever you draw a card, put another copy into your hand. So that's a card, so that's a minion, that's a weapon, even a spell. But Arugal, whenever you draw a minion, add a copy of it to your hand. So it works quite similar. I like this card. I mean, can it ever replace Arcane Intellect? I don't think so. But maybe you have one Arcane Intellect and one of the Book of Specters. So 2 mana card, draw 3 cards. If any of those are spells, they get discarded. So this works really strongly with the Book of Specters. So can we see that being strong? Sure, maybe in like a quest mage. Maybe iffy, but since there is no ice block, does that really kill a quest mage? I mean, time will tell. I have a 5 mana warrior rare, Fester Hulk. 2 attack and for 7 health. So, after friendly minion attacks, gain +1 attack. So immediately, as strange as it is, I thought of splitting Fester Root. Because you get the samplings, and if those samplings die, they become wood chips. So you can attack as many times as you can with those wood chips. Every time a wood chip attacks, this Hulk gets +1 attack. But that might really limit your options. So ideally, since the Rush Warrior will be a pretty popular archetype, you play cards like Fluffy Wasp. Play Hulk on turn 5, then turn 6, play 2 Wasps. And then to activate the Wasps, you play Whirlwind effects such as Warpath. So on turn 6, play Hulk, you play 2 Wasps. And to make the Wasp stronger, you play Warpath or even just plain Whirlwind. So the Wasp is stronger, and as soon as the Wasp attacks several times, so you'll attack twice. Make Fester Root Hulk 4 attack instead. Now how efficient is that? I mean, you have to have the 2 Wasps in hand and the Warpath or a Whirlwind effect. So that requires a lot of conditions. I mean, those are ideal conditions. Play Fester Root Hulk and just play Wasps. Or other rush cards. Cheap rush cards. So we'll see if this is viable, but it might take a little too many conditions to make this strong. So maybe, like I said first, as soon as splitting Fester Root dies, you play Fester Root Hulk. and then those roots attack things. Anyways, this will be quite a powerful card if the conditions are met. If they're not met, I mean, it's still a 2/7. So it's still decent. Now another mage card, 5 mana rare, Bonfire Elemental, Battlecry. If you played an elemental last turn, draw a card. So it's a 5/5. Also, it's elemental tagline, of course. So you play things like Steam Surger, for instance, but if you want to play a cheaper minion, like Firefly on turn 4, this makes Bonfire Elemental draw a card for you. So this works pretty well with the other mage card as well, the Book of Spectres. So you play Book of Spectres, it draws Fireflies, it draws Bonfire Elementals. You're pretty good. You're pretty set. I like these two cards, Bonfire Elemental and, of course, Firefly. But to really synergize, you might just play Book of Spectres to thin your deck and possibly draw Bonfire Elemental or other elementals. So you play the other elementals first, then you just play Bonfire Elemental on the next turn, so you thin your deck further. So you draw another Book of Spectres, you get another Bonfire Elemental. There you go. You have a streak, elemental streak going, or whatever the term is. So yeah, that is quite strong. So I think Elemental Mage will be stronger this expansion for sure. Now a 4 mana neutral rare, Witchwood Piper, Battlecry. Draw a minion from your deck with the lowest mana cost. It's a 3 attack and 3 health minion. So immediately I thought, why not just put this into a Quest Mage deck with Simulacrum? I mean, might as well. I mean, Witchwood Piper, say, draws Apprentice. Then the next turn you just play Simulacrum, and you have 2 Apprentice in hand. One that could be free with the other elemental, the Leyline Manipulator. So that will work in the questless mage archetype. Another mage card for 4 mana, also an epic, Arcane Keysmith, Battlecry. Discover a secret, which is exactly how Hydrologist works. But Keysmith costs 2 more mana because you put that particular secret that you discovered into the battlefield. So that's much stronger than Hydrologist, but it costs 2 more. But Hydrologist is still a paladin card, but it's exactly the same. It just costs 2 more and puts that particular secret that you discover into the battlefield, which is nice. Now a couple Druid cards for 3 mana. It's a common, Druid of the Scythe. So choose 1 card. You transform into a 4/2 with Rush, or a 2/4 with Taunt. So you transform into the Rush card, I say, against a more temple-based deck, or even an aggro deck, or even just to control the board, or be defensive and have a 2/4 with Taunt. That's a really good 3 mana card. Let's say you get this from the spell that gives you 6 armor and recruits the minions. You don't want that happening with this card, so it might not work good with that particular spell. So this card might get some support from another 5 mana druid card, but this time a rare. Bewitched Guardian, which might fit perfectly in the soon-to-be hand druid archetype, which works pretty much exactly the same way as hand warlock did. So anyway, the text. This guardian gets taunt. Also battle cry. Gain 1 health for each card in your hand. So wait a minute. Isn't this just better than Twilight Drake? I mean, Guardian cost 1 more mana, but it has taunt. So there's that going for it. So Twilight Drake was a staple in hand warlock. So I can easily see Bewitched Guardian be a staple in hand druid since it's the same stats. So ideally with either Twilight Drake or Bewitched Guardian, you would want to have the same stats as Hungry Etten, which Bewitched Guardian will work the same way if you have 9 other cards, which is highly unlikely, but still, it is an Hungry Etten for 410, so 9 cards in hand. I mean, you have 10 cards in hand. You play Guardian, this gets 9 health, so it's a 410 for 5. That's pretty good stats. And it doesn't summon a random 2-cost minion, such as Doomsayer, for your opponent. So another card Bewitched Guardian can really get support from is Ferocious Howl. So 3 mana, draw a card, that's pretty weak, but read the rest of it. Gain 1 armor for each card in your hand. I mean, you definitely want a full hand. Yet again for Ferocious Howl. So, maybe turn 10 you have a full hand. Either you play Howl or Guardian. So, if you want the same stats as Hungry Etten, you play Guardian first. So all of a sudden it's a 410. You still have 5 mana left. You play Ferocious Howl. You gain 8 armor and draw a card. So maybe with the rest of your mana, 2 mana, you play that card that you drew or just hero power. So overall, I think hand druid will definitely be a thing. You can put cards like Twilight Drake, or you can also include the Guardians and the Ferocious Howl. That's 6 cards. Then you put Mountain Giants. That's basically a third of your deck right there. So yeah, I really think this will definitely see some play. Now a new card for 3 mana, a Paladin rare. Paragon of Light has taunt and lifesteal while it has 3 or more attack. So initially this is 2 attack and 5 health minion. It's pretty sticky on turn 3. So on turn 4 you could possibly put 2 Sound the Bells on Paragon of Light. So all of a sudden Paragon of Light is a 4/9. That's a super sticky taunt, and it's quite awkward for your opponent to deal with it, because if your opponent somehow deals with it with their minions or with their weapon, you get some lifesteal, you get some healing. So this can see play in basically any Paladin deck. Initially Quest Paladin, because of Sound the Bells. You get 2 procs for the quest, and you can play this in a mid-range paladin or slash healing paladin, and that's pretty strong. Even just throw this into an aggro paladin, say hand druid, or maybe not likely, but Murloc-Adin, since a lot of cards are rotating out. So with this deck, put this card in either of those decks, you're okay. It's a really good card. If I were rating this card, be a 5 out of 5. For sure. Now for some rogue cards. I believe this is this card, and the next card I will say is the last two cards I will be discussing. So 3 mana, common, rogue. Blink Fox. Battlecry. Add a random card to your hand from your opponent's class. Also Beast, if that's ever relevant. Also it's 3 attack and 2 health. So it's quite similar to Swashbuckler, where instead of a pirate, it's a beast, and instead of a 1/1, it's a 3/3. Works exactly the same way. So this card can definitely get more support from other cards in the soon-to-be Theft Rogue archetype. So you have cards like Pickpocket, which is 2 mana Echo Spell. Add a random card to your hand from your opponent's class. So ideally you want to play Pickpocket multiple times. 2, 3, or even 4 times if you feel lucky. Say on turn 10, you have the option to play 5 of these. You play one of these on turn 10, then you have quite a strong minion from the opponent's class. You play that. Still have mana left over. You pickpocket again. You pickpocket again. There you go. That's a lot of value. You can play another card that works well with this archetype, Spectral Cutlass. It's a lifesteal, 4 mana, epic weapon. Whenever you play a card from another class, gain 1 durability. I think the only problem with this card is it doesn't gain attack. So finally, we have, what's this doing here? Yogg-Saron, why are you here? So, I don't know what happened here, so maybe we can, I don't know what happened. Oh yeah, talk about this card. 8 mana rogue, legendary. I'm not talking about you, Mr. Yogg-Saron. I'm talking about Test Greymane. Battlecry. Replay every card from another class. You played this game. Targets chosen randomly. So yes, it works exactly like Yogg-Saron, but instead of I don't know what happened. I think Yogg is just trying to tell us he wants to always be standard sum. So in effect, is this I'm afraid to say his name. Is this exactly like fine. You really want to do this? You really want to do this? Fine. Hope you're satisfied. So yeah, Tusk Rayman can be a high value card since it replays every card from another class you played. This game, so say the Blink Fox or Cheap Shot gives you Pyroblast when you're playing as a mage. When you play Tusk, it replays Pyroblast anywhere. It could go face, which is can be really bad, or it can go to the opponent's face, which would be really good for you. So it can cast spells, it can cast minions. I mean, it can play minions and equip weapons, so it's quite strong. So is it stronger than you, Mr. Yoxron? I guess we only have to do one small thing. You heard him for about the fourth time. You trying to say something, Yog? I guess so. So yeah, overall, Tusk Rayman is really high value card. So that tops it off until the big reveal. Actually, today, April 9th. If you're seeing this later on today or in the future, yes, there was a full reveal from Blizzard on April 9th, 2018 that revealed mostly, I believe, the rest of the cards. Look forward to more videos and thank you for watching. As always, you can send me a subscription to this channel by clicking the bottom right. You click on the button there. If you want to watch other videos in this series, please click on the video in the bottom middle of your screen, which will post the previous video from this list, from this playlist. Have a good one. Goodbye now.